At this time, we'll call to order the regular city council meeting for January 9th, 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. City Clerk Deaton, could you let the roll call show that Councilmember Kurtzwell will not be present this evening? Councilmember Kennedy.
I'll make the motion to excuse Councilmember Kurtzwell.
I'll support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Councilmember Kennedy. Approval of the minutes, December 12th, 2022. Councilmember Kivel.
I'll move the minutes. I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Approval of the bills. Councilmember Mosier.
I'll move the bills as presented.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. Approval of tonight's agenda. Councilmember Kennedy.
I'll move the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. Tonight's consent agenda includes the 2023 City Council meeting schedule, designated assessor, and Board of Review reappointment Frank Fogarty. Councilmember Kennedy.
Move the consent agenda as presented by the mayor. I'll support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comment. Please remember to state your name and address, and remember our 2-minute time limit, please.
Good evening. My name is Katie Machalski. My address is 7827 Spring Trace Road in Brighton, Michigan, which is Livingston County. I am here with U.S. Representative Alyssa Slotkin's office. I wanted to say hello to our neighbors here in South Lyon and to council members. And while the Congresswoman is beginning her 3rd term in office, this is actually her 1st term here due to redistricting. So tonight I simply wanted to extend a hello and put a face to her district office here in the county, and wanted to just extend an offer to learn more about the priorities, opportunities, issues going on here in the city of South Lyon, and also to just share with our neighbors and residents here that constituent services are always available to serve and support. And we just look forward to being a help here and a resource. And again, I just want to say hello and thank you. And again, we look forward to being a part of the community.
Thank you.
Jeff Heinen, 350 South Lafayette. I just want to take a minute and thank the City of South Lyon Police Department, Fire Department, and the DPW for their support with Carl and Joanne Foundation this year in 2022. We just couldn't host these events without them. These guys just worked so hard, late hours, doing whatever they needed to do to help. And I'll tell you, it just means the world to me. So just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, we'll close the floor for public comment. We'll move on to the discussion of downtown with DDA Director Nate Mack.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, council. So the 3rd winter market is going to be taking place this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the VFW again. I don't know if it's entirely sold out, but we're pretty close. So we're looking forward to another good market there. The DDA board is going to be meeting this Thursday at 8 a.m. in City Council chambers. On the agenda for the meeting is a discussion regarding a social district for downtown, farmers market fees, and the application for the 2023 season, and then board member recommendations for the 2 vacant seats that are on the DDA board. So yeah, you can look for those things upcoming. We continue to work on the events calendar for 2023. We should have that wrapped up pretty soon. We'll get that to the printer. We just have to finalize a couple of dates for events that are coming up for this year. The building that is now home to KV Sports is going to be getting a new tenant. I can't announce who that is officially yet, but they've reached out to me to say that they're in the process of signing the lease and they'll be moving in shortly. I'm meeting with the RRC planner this week to go over the initial assessment. I believe I sent that to you in a report in December. Once we've met, they're going to complete the baseline report, which will then again be sent to City Council for your review.
Sorry,
time's
Nate.
up. All right.
We're out of here.
Give me a month off, and we're going to be all over the place tonight.
Yep.
Thanks. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
That's okay. Just today, the South Lyon Herald released a story regarding Duovino. That's the Italian restaurant downtown. So if you haven't seen that, it's online. It's a good story. Go check it out. And then as far as the EV charging stations downtown, there's been a delay with that. I've been back and forth with their legal team. We've had to get some changes made to the contract due to us being a municipality. Some of the things that they have in there we can't agree to because of us being a city instead of a private entity. And then I was also notified today that it's not downtown, but the car wash has sold as well on Pontiac Trail. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Excellent. Councilmember Hanson, go ahead.
Regarding the 2023 farmers market sponsors, are like renewals or opportunities to continue those sponsorships going out to those businesses, or?
Yes, we first send those out to past sponsors, and then we kind of say, things we're opening up for new sponsors.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Councilmember Kennedy.
So Nate, I was going through the city manager's weekly report, and the most recent report, I think it was 9 out of 10 incidents that the ordinance officer had to respond to dealt with downtown businesses not shoveling their sidewalks. Maybe this is an issue that you could add to the agenda for the upcoming meeting to see what it requires so that the businesses do clear the sidewalks, one, just to make it safe for the residents, and also to encourage people to come to their businesses.
Yeah.
It was an inordinate number of locations that just didn't get them shoveled in time. I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, I can talk about that at the business and property owner meetings as well.
Okay, thanks.
Councilmember Kibble.
Just to go along with that, I was talking to Sonny over at Lafayette, and some of those are old sidewalks that have subsided lower than what the easement and their yards are. So it's just a pool of water, and freezes every night. And then the idea of them having to try to get down there and break up the ice to throw it back on their lawns and stuff, that makes it pretty difficult to try to attend to something like that. So I was hoping like the sidewalk program, the 50/50 program, maybe we can try to enhance that to try to amend some of these sidewalks are in the downtown area that are just simply sinking in lower than what their grade is. So I think that'll go a long ways, and certainly would protect us from having trip and fall problems. So that's all I have.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything for Nate tonight? All right, thanks for the update, Nate.
Thanks.
Move on to the fire chief report and Chief Thorington.
Good evening. So our year end, we ran 1,079 incidents, and it's the busiest year to date for the department. I think we beat last year by like 20 runs or so. I know at one point someone questioned if it was mutual aid that was causing the increase, and so I pulled the last 3 years. And in 2020 we had 56, so we provided mutual aid. 2021 58, and this year we only provided 30. So it's not the mutual aid. Although it is a substantial amount. Our smoke alarm and our carbon monoxide detector program is up and running. It was on the water bills the last one that went out, so it's really spiked and increased. We may actually run out of carbon monoxide detectors. We'll have a waiting list, and we'll apply for more from the state. And as far as the old ladder truck still out there, it's listed. We've had some interest and some lowball offers, nothing real serious yet. And the new truck is still like mid-January. So they did say that they estimated $72,000 in damage from the fender bender there. So that's all I
You got
have.
anything for Chief? Go ahead, Councilmember Dale.
If anybody wants to donate some carbon monoxide detectors, do you have any particular like specs or anything that is there anything specific that you would want them to?
We want to be similar to what we have now. I can get the specs for you.
Okay.
And that way make sure I think probably most of them sold though in the stores meet the NFPA standards, but
Okay.
you have to make sure they meet NFPA.
Thank you.
Are you guys still doing installs on them?
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, certainly you're familiar with one, then it's probably easier to install them quickly, so.
Yeah. We only do installs actually. We don't hand them out. So that way we know they actually go on the ceiling.
And are they are, do you want I'm sorry.
You're
I
fine.
didn't ask.
You're all right.
Do you want the ones that are a combination of the two?
Nope, they're separate. The smoke detectors are
You want them to
battery
be
sealed for 10
separate.
years,
Okay. Yep.
and the CO is usually plug in the wall.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything for Chief, I guess the silver lining about the truck is first one that dings it up here. They're not the first.
That's very
So,
true.
Right?
Very true.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Yep. Move on to the police chief report with Chief Sovic.
No.
Oh, excuse me.
Everybody's off
I
today.
didn't think anyone would
Muscle
notice.
memory.
Forgive me on that.
I'm
Sorry.
that
Chief
unforgettable,
Baki.
is that it? Thank you.
I
Thank you, Mr.
apologize. I'm on fire over here
No,
today.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Council. Just got a couple of things. So I've been working with Synergy, the outfitter for our new truck. I've been talking with them. They're getting the equipment together that is required to outfit it for a patrol vehicle. So I'm hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to have that at least starting to get our old vehicle 251 stripped out and then transferred over what we can salvage from it into the new patrol vehicle. Hopefully that'll start in a couple of weeks. I'm still waiting on some equipment from our modem as well as an antenna for our in-car computer. But I'm crossing my fingers that we're at least going to start in a couple weeks so we can start expediting this and getting this on the road. We have another vehicle that is starting to drop off, 252. That vehicle has actually more miles than 251, which is already kind of broke down. So I'm in negotiations with our dealer for our 2023 patrol vehicle, and hopefully that'll start coming in and I can get rid of both of those vehicles that are getting getting to the end of their service life. So and just been working with Paul and Patricia when it comes to budget planning, talking with them as what's coming up in the next fiscal year, and everything went really well with the New Year's Eve over at Heinenen's. Officer said everybody was great, good turnout. They were really pleased. So.
Great. So does anyone have anything for Chief Baki? All right. Thanks for the
Thank you.
update, Chief. We have no unfinished business this evening, so we'll move on to new business. Number 1, Oakland County Local Government Investment Policy.
In 2021, the city of South Lyon approved the local government investment policy to allow for improved amendment to the investment policy to allow for investments into the Oakland County local government investment pool. Tonight, we're looking to adopt the attached resolution to allow those investments with Oakland County. I've attached the City of South Lyon investment policy, the Oakland County investment policy, the resolution to approve the agreement between Oakland County and the City of South Lyon in accordance with the local government investment pool, Oakland County investment pool brochure, and also investment policy rate of return. Tonight, your course of actions are approve or not approve the resolution to approve the agreement between Oakland County and the City of South Lyon in accordance with the local government investment pool. Patricia and I are here tonight to answer any questions you may have regarding this.
Thank you, Patricia. Councilmember Kibble?
I was kind of curious, so this whole thing was initiated by Brooks, I'm assuming, and I was just kind of curious, have you seen any reflection of like a change in direction or policies or anything with a new executive over at the county? I know that this is out of the treasurer's office, but nonetheless, I mean, if an executive wants to push, he can push. So I was wondering if there was anything that you recognized.
Well, since we've been working with the Treasury Department over at Oakland County, specifically in the investment department, it has been since the newer Oakland County executive has been in power, and there hasn't been any changes that I've been aware of. The only really policy changes that they made were this year. They updated their investment policy overall, and we did include a copy of that for you to look at tonight. But there is a new treasurer for the last year, I believe. Yeah, so last year he was elected. So they do have a new treasurer, but again, just working with that department, I haven't seen any changes or anything positive or negative in that regard. It's just it's a good, strong program. It's something that I think a lot of communities that work with them are happy to work with. I know that document that listed the interest rates kind of from their financial reports. There's a lot of detail to it. We had asked for a little bit more detail, and I wish we had that tonight. But you can see that as things have improved, so to speak, in the investment world with the interest rates going up, they're corresponding with that, and they've been slowly increasing theirs as well. And I'm sure once we get those December financials, we'll be able to see that. So it is a good rate right now compared to looking at what we're getting on our bank statements, because right now pretty much all of our funding that we're looking at moving into the investment program is cash in the bank. So we're sitting in money markets. So we're getting really low returns. And I even wrote some of those down today. I mean, for our Huntington accounts, we're getting 0.005%. Our Comerica, we're getting about 0.2%. And PNC is also at 2%. So it's, this is a welcome change to that if we were to decide to kind of, we want to stay liquid, obviously. So we're not looking to take huge amounts of money and move them out of the bank accounts, but we do want to diversify, and that's something that Plant Moran has been recommending to us for the last couple of years anyways, that it would be good for us to have a few different things in our portfolio, but we are, of course, restricted by the state of Michigan on what we can and cannot do. But this is one of those programs that they do encourage for us to participate if we have the opportunity.
Do you think that us pulling some of the money out of these the local entities might incentivize them to try to get a little bit more active in trying to help us?
I would love that. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but we've had some struggles over the last couple of years, not feeling the love. But we don't obviously want to do anything to take away from our local relationships with our local banks either. But this would just be to, again, diversify our investments a little bit, maybe earn a little bit more rate of return on our investments, and, just be a little bit more sounder for the city's finances.
This isn't stuff we're turning over rapidly anyway, so, I mean.
No, this is basically like step 2 in the process. Step 1 was when we updated our investment policy back in 2021. Now we're looking to actually make some moves based on that investment policy. So this is we're not going to go out tomorrow and I'm not going to take a whole bunch of money out of the banks and move it tomorrow. We're, really want to take our time and make sure that we're making good choices.
Thank you.
Councilor Kennedy.
I'd like to go ahead and make the motion to approve the resolution, to approve the agreement between Oakland County and the City of South Lyon in accordance with the local government investment pool.
A second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Kennedy, supported by Councilmember Mosier. Do we have any further discussion? City Clerk Deaton, could you lead us in a roll call vote, please?
Kibble?
Yes.
Mosier?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Dilg?
Yes.
Elchat?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you,
Thank you.
Patricia. New business number 2 this evening, award bid for demolition of 464 South Lafayette.
As part of our efforts to make further improvements to McCady Park, we have solicited bids to remove asbestos and demolish the abandoned building and house at 464 South Lafayette. I've attached supporting documents, which include a letter from our engineers at HRC outlining the recommendations for award of the bid to demolish the building at 464 South Lafayette and corresponding bid tabulations. Possible course of action tonight are approve or not approve the award of a bid to demolish the building at 464 South Lafayette to the Adams Group of Rochester Hills at an amount not to exceed $35,080 from account number 101-690-801.
Councilmember Kibble.
All right, I'll make the motion then, to approve the award of the bid for demolishing the buildings at 464 South Lafayette to the Adam Group of Rochester Hills in the amount not to exceed $35,080 from account number 101-690-801.
I'll support.
We have a motion by Councilmember Kibble, supported by Councilmember Dill. Do we have any further discussion? City Clerk Deaton, could you lead us in a roll call vote, please?
Dilg,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Mosier,
Yes.
Kibble,
Yes.
Elchat.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes. Move on to the budget this evening. Did anyone have anything for the budget tonight? Okay. This time we'll reopen the floor for public comment. Please remember to state your name and address. We will close public comment. And we'll move on to the manager's report with City Manager Zelnick.
I'll try not to go over my time limit on. my
Thanks,
report.
thanks. Or I'll call you the wrong name.
Upcoming council meetings will have on the agenda the NIRET study and discuss the potential uses of the ARPA funds. We will also have on their budget amendments and police department promotion announcements and their introductions. I've asked for city council budget suggestions. Please provide those to me by Monday, January 16th. Regarding our road bond sale, our bond sale is scheduled for this Wednesday, January 11th at 11 a.m. As part of the process, we've been preparing extensive financial information for S&P Global, the Bond Council, and MFCI for their review. I want to personally thank Patricia and other staff's efforts in this endeavor. Because of our work and city council and staff's work, we have been upgraded from an AA rating to an AA plus rating. This is great news for the city of South Lyon. This upgrade will allow us to get a better interest rate on our bonds and save the city thousands of dollars on our borrowing costs. Update on 110 Detroit Street. On January 3rd, the building at 110 Detroit Street was demolished. We're working with the demo contractor, and they'll be filling in the hole within the next couple days. We've also spoken the last couple of years regarding the garage sales. We were putting together the 2023 South Lyon Community Calendar, as Nate had mentioned. We've added back on the calendar this year for the citywide garage sale. That event will take place the first weekend in May. And also, City Hall will be closed on Monday, January 16th in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Councilmember Dill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wondering, what's the next step for that space over there at 110 Detroit Street, besides filling in the hole? Are they planning on building anything again? Or?
They've not submitted any plans to us or given us any indication what their ideas are for the property.
It is awesome, though. Very happy. Thank you.
Councilmember Kibble.
If you see outside in front of the building, the pedestrian crossing has the Abbey Road striping on it now. So I'd like to encourage everybody to be pushing for all of our crosswalks to have that same, something that really draws specific attention to what's going on in those areas. So if we can do it in a parking lot where 7 people walk through there, I think we can afford to enhance the, if we gave the county extra money for more paint or something, they're the ones that are striping it, so. But I would encourage us to end up leaning on them at least.
And we could definitely do a public announcement of some sort. If 7 council members want to walk across that street, we could definitely do a photograph to recreate something like that. I'm sure it would get in all the papers.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I had. Thanks.
All right, thanks for the update, Paul. Move on to council comments this evening. We'll start with Councilmember Dill.
All right, this came so fast today. I don't have a lot. I just wanted to thank the Heinens for putting on such a great party and for being such good community partners, and echo Jeff's comments about police and fire and how great it is we can keep everybody safe down there. And there was something else I was going to say. I can't remember. That's all.
Okay. If it comes back to you, let me know. We'll
All right.
jump back to you. Councilmember Hanson.
I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope everybody had a eventful, fun-filled, safe new year with their family and friends. And I wanted to give a shout out to several local organizations like Active Faith, as well as South Lyon's own Blessing in a Backpack that helped some underprivileged folks in our community have a great holiday. So that's all I had, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Hanson. Councilmember Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to remind the residents in the city to take advantage of the free smoke detectors that the fire chief brought up earlier. As he said, they're available. They'll install them. All you need to do is make a phone call, and these devices have the potential to save lives. So give them a call at 248-437-2616 and get your name on the list to have those put in your home. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Mosier.
Thank you. I just want to say to Jeff, thanks for putting on, you had 3 great events this year. And the Carl and Joanne Foundation for putting those on. And we'll be volunteering again next year, so good work, good work. And I hope everybody had a great, safe holiday. And that's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Kibble?
I don't really have anything. I do look forward to finding out if there's if the family that owns 110 or have something in particular that they're trying to strive for, or if it's simply going to go on the market and be consumed by hopefully something that would enhance the downtown activity. So whatever we can do to end up leaning towards that direction, I think would end up helping everybody out pretty much too. So, but that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. It was a great holiday season for us personally. Good Christmas, good New Year. Unfortunately, Michigan failed us all on New Year's Eve, at least me. But that was nice. Nice break. Trying to get back in the swing of things. As you can see, I'm calling people the wrong names. Really, really on target here for 23. But really, I want to thank everyone up here. I want to thank, everyone at the city. Here we are. This will be the 150th year of the city. So that's exciting that we get to be representatives of our community. We are in the early stages of kind of walking through some ideas to celebrate that. And I would encourage all of you to, if you have anything, start thinking about it for budget season so we can be ready to talk about that when we get there. I'm open to really anything. I was going to bring in one of the old programs from the 100th anniversary and see if we could pick a couple ideas out of there. So, just if you got some time to brainstorm on some ideas for that, that'd be great. Oh, man. Oh, I want to thank Frank Fogarty. Frank is awesome. You'll see him everywhere. He's on his bike. He's over at Pumpkin Fest. He's in here. It's people like Frank that really are just an asset to the community. So thanks, Frank, for your commitment to the community. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. I want to thank Mr. Heinonen and his family and team over there for a great holiday events and, well, summer too. So thank you. And, I think with that, we'll be looking for a motion to adjourn tonight.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a great night, all.